set up, I mean, I had a business account, excuse me, an Instagram account, but it wasn't a business account. And this is something that one of the LuLaRoe people actually pointed out. By creating a business account, you're able to monitor the times of the day that you get the most feedback. You're able to monitor what types of posts. So for example, if I tried a boomerang and I did a few of them in a month and they flopped, I wouldn't do boomerangs because my customers aren't interested in that. I know, because I monitor that, when I post pictures of my kids and everyday life, almost like a blog style of my family, and we're always in LuLaRoe, that is what gets the most feedback from my shoppers. And so that's what I do. And I would say creating a business account in Instagram, which is really, really easy. You can have if you're already a LuLaRoe, first name, last name, you can go and just tweak it and make it a business account. There's a little up in the top screen. So I would really encourage you to do that because it allows you to track just some good statistics about your business. Let me see. Okay, so Instagram is meant to move fast, like I mentioned. I want to point out something on mine real quick, if I can hold it up to the screen. One of the things that I think it was Amelia Lyon said about Instagram that was amazing to me at convention was she said, when you look at your Instagram, you're going to see 12 pictures, 9 to 12 pictures, and that is your mood board. And that's like the first impression. That's what people see if somebody were to check out your Instagram account. And so you want to make sure that it's clean and it's consistent. I had an open house this weekend. And so my second little picture, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it says open house today, 12 to 3. That's not really relevant anymore for my shoppers. It was relevant on Saturday when I wanted them to stop by, but it's not really relevant anymore. And so that, and if you do a legging giveaway or, any kind of anything where you're promoting a sale, an incentive, after the event, it's okay to pull it down. It's okay to go back and delete because you want your mood board to be clean and really show the product and show whatever it is that your why is. And your why is probably not giving away leggings. It's something that you do, but it's not something that you would want to be representative when you look at your brand. So don't be scared to go back and delete Instagrams that are not really relevant anymore. Okay, so once you have your business Instagram, you definitely want it linked to your Facebook business page. And that's, you just put your business link in there. And it's great because hopefully you already do this, but when you post on Instagram, when I post on Instagram, I just swipe the Facebook button and it automatically reposts on my business page, which is keeping that page active with likes. Your business page is also great because you can create events. It's a public page where people can find you. It's the page that gives you the clean URL, so people can go Facebook.com/LuLaRoe Jane and they can find me there. It's the address on my business card. So I like to say that your business page is your online business card. And by linking Instagram to that, it's a lot less work of having to repost things. I was given the advice not to post the same exact information on all three. So I personally keep Instagram and Facebook business. I share the same content there. But on my VIP page, that's where my shoppers are. And so that's where, instead of just posting a picture and a cute little caption with hashtags, I'm going to pour in and give them more of a story and more of a connection. And I'm going to ask them questions. And that's another good point. You want to ask questions in all three because you want engagement. So don't just post a picture and be, cute little caption. You want to turn it around and leave it open where your shoppers can communicate and kind of open up about themselves as well. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Let's see. So I would love for you guys to look at your Instagram accounts and look at your business page and just make sure that all of that, it's pretty simple if you have it set up where one is linked to the next. Let me see. Okay, so just to kind of wrap up the branding piece, I encourage you guys to tell your story. So when I go out in the day, I always have, I don't use a fancy camera, I have one, but I use my cell phone. And so for going to the beach, I'm constantly thinking, not overly thinking, but how can I take a picture? How can I share this with my customers? And so let me move on. There's 3 tips that I wanted to talk about. With social media, these are things I read, not things I came up with. Across the board, I saw be authentic, be consistent with your posts, and be social. And so with Be Authentic, that's sharing your why. It's you, it's why you're selling LuLaRoe. You really need to know yourself and portray that organically. I'm a wallflower. I'm not the person that's going to walk in the room and be like, woohoo, I'm here. So if I try and act like that online, it's not authentic. And I feel like it's annoying because it's not me. There are people that are like that, and it's amazing to watch them on Facebook and on, Instagram and Periscope and all of that. But definitely be true to yourself. Do what makes you the most comfortable. Push yourself, but be yourself. And stay in your own lane. It's not, and I tell this to my girls all the time, it's not about how many followers you have. It's not about like how many people are in your shopping group. It's totally quality over quantity. It's how you connect with your customers that you have that's going to make a difference and translate into sales. So definitely I would say pour into building a community, and that's where asking questions. And I think the giveaways that you do, there's nothing the matter with the easy ones. I love Coke versus Pepsi because I feel like those are the easy ones to get response. But it's also okay to use, for example, in your shopping group, to use your giveaways as an opportunity for people, to allow your customers to open up about themselves. How many kids are in your family? It's simple, but again, people can you can learn more about them. This past week, I said, what is something that people always tell you? And the responses were all over the place, but it was really encouraging. And it was cool to see, for some people it was handwriting, others is their work ethic, their faith, their anything. But people like talking about themselves. And so really building that kind of community on your page, any chance you get is, I think, a great thing. So sharing your why, be authentic to your why and just who you are, how you're wired. Being consistent, posting often. These are just little graphics that I found. One of the things I was reading was know how to make great content. As retailers, find posts and do things that you know or that you think your shoppers are going to enjoy. I've always been told to post at 8 in the morning and 8 at night. And that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to have the content to share. And so there's things like Sync Share where you can pre-program what things that'll post. But definitely at least once a day on Instagram, on your different social media sites, just to stay connected with your audience. Know your followers. Know what they comment on. Like I was saying, post with my kids or my son's doing really funny, crazy 4-year-old things. That's what my customers seem to respond the most to. If they don't respond, switch it up. It's okay. You tried it. Move on to the next thing. But definitely try, I would say, I have fallen in the rut of my Thursday night sale. I have a Thursday night sale and, and that's my online group. And I think they get bored with that. I think they're ready to shop whenever I'm ready to post. And so I've learned, I've been challenged lately to go on and do a live, to do a leggings lunch drop where I post leggings, to do outfits of the day, or even leggings roulette, which I hate disappointing people. So that was cringeworthy for me, but my customers absolutely loved it. So that was me holding myself back there. So just being consistent with posting and being consistent with being active on your page. Trying to find some way to connect with your customers every day, even if it's not selling them product. And then, so I wanted to talk to you guys about mixing it up. So this is something that I intentionally think through when I post and when I take pictures. So I'm constantly thinking, because my kids are crazy and they're just at, fun ages. And so I think through when something happens, where other moms, I don't know, might be like, oh my gosh, you colored on the wall with Sharpie. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a moment. That's an Instagram. So the first one was in my LuLaRoe room, the top one. My then 2 or 3-year-old colored all over the walls. That's great content. Moms can connect with that. And that's, I feel like, my kind of audience that I target. So for you, it might not be moms. I received Mimi's and they made it through a sale and that white one did not sell. And I was like, you guys are crazy. So I took an amazing picture and posted it on Instagram, #Mimi, got a new shopper who came in and bought it. So hashtags are amazing. I feel like great photograph. For that picture, I'll show you guys real quick. I got a whiteboard. If you've seen this or haven't seen this, I have different sizes, but they're just from the dollar store or Hobby Lobby. I have the whiteboard. I literally lay the item down on it. I use the photo lights and that's it. And so they're great. Like flat lays are a great way if you don't have anything really to post, but you have a new box that came in, pick a great print, lay it down. You can stage an outfit, and people love that online. Okay, one of my favorite things to do, to have content in advance, I pair up with another local consultant, and I do that because my sweet husband used to go with me, and like he hated it. To have to take my pictures. So another consultant and I, we will go through our inventory, and this is key. Don't post pictures of you in your personal LuLaRoe, because it's not for sale. So I always keep, in the beginning, I kept the really great prints. And you don't want to wear that to pop up. You don't want to wear it to, you can post it, but you need to be showing people what's for sale. So I often, if I'm going live, will like grab something off my rack. I will go live in my group and I will put it right back on my rack, because really it's no different than somebody trying it on a pop-up. But that way customers are seeing it. I had like the worst Randy ever. It really was. And I went, I'm kidding, but it was not my style. And I went live with it, and somebody was like, I have to have that in a medium. And I'm like, I'm wearing a medium. So I like sent it to her because it still had the tags, and I had just tried it on for a few minutes. So definitely take pictures in your inventory, play dress up in your inventory. It's perfect for social media. So I actually pack up a bag. Once a week. We do it on Sundays because the stores down at the beach are closed. Once a week, my good friend and I drive down to the beach, and we find, if you look at the bottom picture, that's just a wall down on 15th Street, somewhere down at the ocean front. The store was closed. It was a huge warehouse wall. It was like phenomenal for picture taking. So find blank canvases, find colorful canvases. I literally drive around town now and check out the walls where we're going to go for our next shoot. So sometimes you just go to the beach. Sometimes we go to the park. Like you can't do it wrong if you're wearing your clothes, because you're showing your customers how to style them. You're showing them how cute they are, and they want them immediately when they see it. Like, oh, I could do that. I have a jean jacket. I have that kind of necklace. So don't be afraid to try in your own inventory. In the center, funny story, I did not have a post that night. I was like, ooh, when my little one came down, he had dressed himself backwards with my necklace, and I was like, that's my post. And it got like an amazing response. So it was like late night. I was shooting for an online sale. He came down. I made it black and white because I looked like really messy. It was late night, and it worked. So again, like I am just constantly looking for moments, and it's LuLaRoe is about more than just the pictures, but pictures are a great way for your customers, I feel like, to connect with you and to be engaged. That's how I feel like I do it best. And then again, we have chickens, so that kind of comes up from time to time. So mix it up when you're posting. You'll notice some are close, some are far away, some are family, some are clothing. Like, just there's no right or wrong way to do it. But I would say if you're trying, you're doing it right. Okay, this is one of the things that I feel like personally, like it just works better for me, and I think it works better as far as engaging with customers. If you look at the first shot, okay, so we had this crazy flood. We went driving around. My son and I were smiling, and I'm like, I feel like that's a scrapbook picture versus like the second one is way more engaging because we're acting natural. So it's awkward for me to like smile for every single picture and look at Instagram and like, hey, here's me in a dress. So like, it's okay to like, I'll play with my hair and look away. I'll laugh, and it's like awkward to laugh when nothing's funny, but it looks amazing in pictures. So like, just look away and kind of laugh like something's really cute. So, I would say study other people. There are some amazing like leaders in LuLaRoe that do it well. And there's nothing wrong with like, being a learn it all and looking at how they do it and then incorporating the things that you like, into your pictures. So acting natural, I like. And then, like I said before, post pictures of what you want to sell. So I usually will target, like, if I know I have new Randys or I want to move Randys or skirts, whatever that might be, that's what I wear in my pictures for the week. So these are all pictures that we took in my hometown, different times, just driving around. There's only one I'm looking at the camera. I like to look away because it's a lot less awkward. I feel like it's just more natural. So one of the things it says is the rule of thirds. I love this. I think naturally when we take pictures, you want to stand in the middle, kind of like I'm in the center of the screen when I'm looking at it, but it's more visually interesting. It's like a photography rule. If you're standing a third off to the side, off to either side, it just tells more like, I don't know, the one of me standing against the tree, I'm looking off and I'm not right in the middle. Try it. It works. I don't know. That's what I was told. And I think when I look at my Instagram, like that's one of the things that I think it's just not me standing in the middle, smiling in every picture. Makes it more engaging, welcoming for people to look at. I'm sorry if these are like random facts, you guys. Okay, and then another really good thing, I don't ever throw away, like if I have a series of shots, I will save one of them on my phone. I never delete all of them. So this is my upline Meg. On the left-hand side, it's not a great picture. It's blurry. She's like playing with her hands. Like I think her daughter took that, not great. But she saved the second one. She boosted it, made it brighter. And she was trying to market solid leggings over the summer when we had a million solid leggings. And it works. Like it's a great picture. So don't be scared to save something and like kind of look at a picture. And I shoot everything in a square because I know it's going to go on Instagram. She doesn't do that, but I don't know. I don't throw things away because I can always come back and like crop my messy face out and just use a picture of the outfit. So definitely have a stock on your phone. Okay, so being social and interacting. I love this one. On Facebook, let me think. Definitely make sure it's your group, don't listen to me, but I try and make sure that my customers feel like it's their page. So I invite them when I send them clothes. I invite them, please post a picture. I'd love to see it. I put it on their invoice, or sometimes I'll put a little card in their bag. Show us how you style it. We can't wait to see. And when they're posting on the page, it gives them ownership over the page. It makes them feel welcome. If somebody posts a picture, like make sure you're responding to it. Oh my gosh, you look so beautiful. I love how you did this. Because it takes guts to post a picture of yourself on somebody's page. So I think on Facebook, building community, encouraging your customers, my upline did this really cool thing where she was like, show me your Sarahs. You know how I like to take pictures. You go out and take pictures in your Sarahs. And she had like Instagram photos for a month because her customers were going out and doing what she had kind of trained them, like, to take pictures against walls and all of that. And it was phenomenal. And it was cool because it wasn't just her. It was pictures of all sizes. So definitely build community on your page. Be very generous with your time. This is just good customer service, but answering questions, be a day maker, kind of look out if there's something that they need. Not necessarily like I'm looking for black leggings, but I don't know, not always just responding, well, the sale's in 2 days, like just helping your customers on Facebook, being social. And then hashtagging is something I still don't fully understand, but I can tell you what I do understand about it. Definitely use existing hashtags. So when I post a picture, I will start to type out what I think I want the hashtag to be, and it'll show you a list of like what the hashtags that have the most use. Use the ones that have the highest number because those are the ones that'll get the most view. They're the most common. I wish I remembered his name, but there was a great guy that was for LuLaRoe that was telling us about hashtags and how you can actually use them to connect with other people. So for me, I'm a former teacher. And so a lot of times I'll put teacher style in my hashtags. And so I have other teachers that see that and they come to my page. That's great. But I also should be going and searching that hashtag if I'm using it and finding others that use it as well and connecting with them. He told us this great story about there was this company he really wanted to work for. And so he searched the hashtag. He went to the company and not just being a silent follower, but actually engaging, being social on social media. And so, for example, he said there was a picture of a sunset and he commented like, what a gorgeous sunset. Where was this picture taken? And leaving it open with a question rather than just liking it and moving on. So being more intentional and like you would act in real life, like engaging that way is a great way because it gets you noticed. You're being active, so then it's showing up on the feed more. It's a great way to connect. So using existing hashtags. You'll see over here, this is something that I always do. Hashtags are important and you should be using more than one or two. So I usually will put one or two in a picture and then I will go back and comment. So you'll notice this is just a notes list on my phone. And I will from time to time search like what are the most popular hashtags and I'll update my list and I'll add to it. If there's a picture of a chicken or a chicken coop, I'll add that in there, my kids or, Crazy Mondays or whatever the important hashtag you want to put in there. But you'll notice I put a period and then enter, period, enter, period, enter. You do it 5 times and then a list of hashtags and you copy that whole thing and paste it into a comment under your Instagram post and it keeps it from looking spammy. So when somebody looks at your Instagram post, they're going to see your little caption, maybe 1 or 2 hashtags, and then it'll just show comment and they'll just see like the little periods instead of seeing this paragraph of hashtags, which isn't as appealing. So that was a piece of advice that was given, and a lot of people do it now, and I think it's really, really great. Keep the hashtags simple. Make sure that you're using ones that you're not just making up. Like, it shouldn't be a paragraph hashtag of like, can't believe this happened to me on Monday. Like, nobody else is going to hashtag that. Keep it simple, like Monday. Limit the number of your initial posts, and then add more, like I showed you guys in the comments. Let me see what else we got. Search hashtags. So I mentioned this a minute ago, but search areas of interest to you. So if I'm thinking about becoming a runner, I might search the hashtag running, and use that to connect with other runners and comment on their pictures authentically. Don't be fake. Find ones that you actually like. And it's just a way to be social in a non-awkward way on social media. So the question is, how do you take those people from Instagram? Because that's what I felt like the LuLaRoe people were saying. Instagram's where it's at. And that's what I felt like I was hearing when I talked to other bloggers as well. So my question for them was, well, how do you convert that into sales? Because if we're going to spend, they said 10 minutes a day searching hashtags, how do you do that? And so what they said, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, is it's all relational. Yeah, here we go. Right on track. It's all relational. So you want to be opening up. You want to be pouring into your customers. You want to be answering questions. If somebody comments on a photo, you comment back and thank them. Like, you are social on Instagram without any expectation that they're going to come shop with you. There's this book that I'll show you guys, that this is what the LuLaRoe jab, 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 right hook. Sorry, y'all, it's late. This book was recommended, and basically it's all about engaging with your customers in a way that they feel safe. So you sharing with them, you caring about them, you being in a relationship with them. And then when you post you have a sale, they want to support you. You're not the person that comes out of nowhere requesting for a Facebook friendship and then saying, hey, you want to do pop-up? Like, it's them being invested in you, and so they therefore want to support you, is kind of the gist of that. So he talked about just being the day maker, being the person that is not asking for anything, but the person that is there to give advice and to help. And, when they see LuLaRoe or hear LuLaRoe, they should think of you, because you're the one that's posting daily. You're the one that's being consistent. You're the one that's not being pushy or annoying, but just caring about them and commenting on their posts kind of in a natural, organic way. So definitely being a listener and treating anything social media as relational instead of you just presenting information and then walking away. Let me see. I mentioned engaging, giving your customers ownership over your page, whether that be them posting a picture on Facebook and then you ask them and repost on Instagram. Giving them ownership, I guess. I'm kind of all over the place, but those are the main three. I get carried away, like I want to do it all. And so there's a lot out there that I have not hinted on. These are the three, again, when I researched, that were really, really, I don't know, they're the ones that everybody seems to think that's where it's at. If you want to grow your business, you need to have those three kind of nailed down really strong, where you're connecting with customers. So I didn't go into like everything, on a business page, you can do a ton of research about boosting posts and sponsored ads through your business page. And there's lots of different ways to get customers, but definitely just consistency, I would say, with these three is going to give you the most bang for your buck. So how's that?
Thank you. Before we end for the night, does anybody have any questions that you'd like to ask? If you want to ask any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and then go ahead and talk. You guys are a really quiet bunch.
Well, sorry that we got cut off. My goodness.
They were quiet even if they were gone.
Jay wants to know how you got chickens in Virginia Beach.
Holy moly.
He's been asking that question since the beginning. He's like, ask her how she got chickens. I'm like, that's not relevant to the presentation.
We live on a marsh in Great Neck, and so we actually have billy goats next door. It's very bizarre.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we had animal control come to our house one time, and my husband was like literally about to throw up. He's like, we're gonna leave this. She was coming to pick up leggings. I was like, yeah, it was phenomenal. We didn't know she was there, but yeah, we have very wonderful neighbors. So
That's awesome.
But we're fighting for chickens in Virginia Beach.
He definitely wants to get some, but I don't think it happen anytime soon.
The eggs are wonderful. No, city council's totally talking about it, so we're hoping they
That would be fabulous.
do. Yeah.
So are you really not supposed to right now?
No.
I don't even know the rules. I feel like I know a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was against the rules. He said he looked it up when you said it, and he said you can like apply for it, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, no, because we're moving to Norfolk, so he said now you can apply for another moving to Norfolk.
Yeah, Norfolk and Chesapeake and all the other local areas. I think you can have them.
Interesting.
I won't turn you in.
Thank you. My husband wants to live on a farm, and I'm like, I don't know that I can do Suffolk, or I nothing against it.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that yet. I'm a beach girl. So.
Jane Taylor on the group chat asked, I can't remember if you talked about this, but what's your favorite way to edit? Do you use one set filter on Instagram, pick, tap, go? And how do you get your background so white again? Mine always end up looking yellow.
So happy you asked that. Okay, so I 100% love the photo lights. I feel like they are so good, but there's also this really amazing trick. So if you have an iPhone, which I think we probably have to with the new invoicing system. So let's say you take a picture. I'm so glad you asked. If you look at the iPhone, there's this little sunshine next to the box, and you can actually drag it up to lighten the picture if you need to. So when I'm shooting, and like when my friend comes over and helps me shoot for online sales, if it's dark for some reason, like, do you know what I'm talking about with that little box? There's a yellow box on the screen, and you just touch it and you can drag it up to make it brighter. That's really amazing. I love that. But I also love one other little thing on the iPhone. If you go to edit a picture, and this is what I do most often for my online sales, because it doesn't adjust the color of the item. It just brightens the background. So if you click on it so that you have those right there, and then you click on the light button on the top, there's this little, like the 3 lines over there. I will hit those and it brings up, I'm sure there's another way to get there too. But the exposure is the one that I mess with, and you can just brighten the exposure a little bit. And when you have the white background, it's phenomenal. Like it'll just take any yellow corners or anything like that away. So direct sunlight's great, but I usually just turn off all of my lights in the room, and then I'll take these guys, the little umbrellas, and you have them. I didn't know this. One of my downlines came over and laughed at me the first time I got my photo lights. She's like, you realize they're backwards. So you want to have the umbrellas facing, like if this is the light part, you want the umbrella facing, the light facing away, all the lights off, and it gives you like the best picture. I think, yeah, there's video tutorials online, but I couldn't find them at the time. So I don't know if that is common knowledge or not, but I definitely shot them backwards for a while. So.
Awesome. Any other questions out there?
You asked about the apps. So on my phone, I absolutely am obsessed with WordSwag. I've heard great things about Pick, Tap, Go. I just haven't tried that. And then I use PicMonkey on my computer just because that was introduced to me, but there's a ton of other great ones also.
She said thanks in the chat.
What's that?
She said thank you.
Oh, you're so
in a
welcome.
place where she can't talk out loud right now. I know she's got a little one, so maybe she's like a sleeping kiddo or something. Any other questions? Okey-doke, quiet group tonight. Well, I appreciate you getting on. You got on last minute for me, so that was super amazing. And we had a fairly good turnout, so I appreciate you coming on and talking. And if you need anything from our team, let us know.
Thank you. Will you be on the cruise? Are you going on the second cruise?
I went on the first cruise.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have loved to have gone on the second cruise, but I can't get childcare.
Gotcha. Oh.
Yep. Would have loved to. Well, enjoy your cruise. We will have Rachel is on the call tonight. She'll be on the cruise. Allison may be on the call tonight. She'll be on the cruise, and Jen. So we've got a couple of people that are going on the second.
So great.
All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. Take care. See ya.